Hello and welcome to this session of Craftapalooza. I'm Melissa from the Downtown Reno Library, and today I'm going to show you how to make a tissue paper and glass luminary for winter solstice. What is winter solstice, you ask? Well, it's a day of celebration in many cultures dating back to ancient times. On December 21st or near December 21st every year, the northern hemisphere of Earth is the farthest away from the sun. And what that means for us is that we will get the least amount of sunlight that day, giving us the shortest day and longest night of the year. So lanterns and luminaries during winter solstice are symbolic of welcoming back the light. So that means we will now be getting longer days. All right, so our luminary is going to need a source of light. Speaking of light, I prefer a little artificial tea light, just for safety reasons, okay? We will also need a glass jar that you can find around the house. You can use a salsa jar, a jam jar, a mason jar, pickle jar, whatever kind of glass jar you have. The smooth surface ones are the best just because it's easiest to get the tissue paper on. You will also need Mod Podge. If you don't have Mod Podge, you can use a white school glue mixed with water. About 50-50 mixture works well. You will need a paintbrush. You will need your tissue paper cut into about 1.5 inch or 1 inch squares, or you can tear them. You can also use triangles, you know, just little shapes, circles even. If you have a cool hole punch, you can use that. And then this particular lantern I'm going to show you has a moon and star theme. So I cut out some stars and a moon with black construction paper and a stencil. You certainly do not have to do that. Tissue paper looks lovely by itself once you get the tea light in there. My kids made these. They did different colored tissue paper. They tried some glitter, some stickers. You can also use a tissue paper that has a pattern on it if you'd like. And you can tie a bow on it, some twine if you would like to go that route as well. All right, so all of our supplies are in place. The first thing we're gonna do with our jar then is we're gonna apply the glue or the Mod Podge, okay? And you wanna go pretty light on this. Not much is needed for the tissue paper, okay? So we're gonna also work in sections because it seems like the glue or the Mod Podge dries pretty fast. So I'm just gonna work around my jar in sections, okay? This is gonna be our first layer of tissue paper, okay? There is no way to do this that's set, you know, there's no rhyme or reason, you just put the tissue paper on there, okay? Kind of work around the whole entire jar so that you can get the jar covered, okay? I leave the neck of the jar, the very top here, free of tissue paper. And you definitely do not want to decorate the inside of the jar, okay? That, especially with the real tea light, could pose to be a fire hazard. We don't want that, okay? All right, so I'm just working my way around the jar. In sections, getting that first layer of tissue paper on there. It does not need to be perfect. You will see some edges sticking up. We will smooth those out here in a minute, okay? So I'm going kind of fast just for time's sake, but you can really take your time with this if you'd like. You do not need a lot of the glue. Again, just a little bit. And it does look white, the glue or the Mod Podge when you first put it on, and it will dry clear. So we've got our first layer of tissue paper on our jar. Okay, so it's gonna look a little rough around the edges here. We are now gonna take a layer of our Mod Podge, okay, and we're gonna smooth out some of these edges, okay? So now we've got a layer of glue on top of our first layer of tissue paper, okay? We're gonna go ahead and put a second layer of tissue paper on. Okay, again, no rhyme or reason. Again, you will have some rough edges, which we will smooth out here in a moment. So I'm working my way around the jar again in sections with my second layer of glue. Okay. Oh, and the reason why I just chose solid yellow on my jar is because I found that it has a really pretty glowy effect when the lights are out and it's got my tea light in it. You can do multicolored tissue paper like the kids have done. I would not go too dark though, because we found that some of the darker colors don't show through the lightest as well. All right, so second layer of tissue paper is on. This is the point at which we are going to seal our design, okay? But first, we want to smooth out the edges. This is also the point at which you will want to add your construction paper cutouts if you are going to go that route, okay? So I've got the glue on there to seal the design and smooth the edges, and I can also start with my little star cutouts. Now, you are going to want to take some more glue and put that over the top of your star, okay? Again, it looks white, but it will dry clear, okay? And you want to really seal those stars down with a light layer of glue so that they stay on, because your jar is a little curved and sometimes the stars want to pop off. So just really make sure you spend the time to get those stars down, okay? You can really do cutouts of anything you like. I've seen people get a little fancier, do like a little fairy or something like that. So yeah, really it's just about experimentation, finding what colors you like the best, what embellishments you like the best. You can also skip the tissue altogether, and you can put the first glue layer down and you can roll your jar in Epsom salt. That actually gives it a nice, pretty, sparkly effect. So I'm finishing up the final layer here. Okay, I've got my moon and stars on there. I'm making sure those edges are down and spreading the glue out so it's not too thick. Okay. All right. So that is going to seal up your design, and you wait for about an hour or so till it's dry, and you're going to get this. So yeah, there you go. Once it's dry, pop in your tea light. If it's nighttime, you can dim the lights and you can see how gorgeous these look. If you want to take it one step further and you'd like a hanging lantern, you can find a jar with a screw-on metal lid like this. You can drill 2 holes, one on each side, and use some crafting wire, attach it here under the lid, and then you create a loop for your handle. If you do not have access to drilling, you can just take that same crafting wire and wrap the wire around the neck, and it takes a few adjustments to make sure it's on there tight. You've also created a loop for your handle, and there you go. Now you have a hanging luminary. For more holiday crafting ideas, please go to www.washocountyllibrary.us. Thank you so much. I'll say for now, happy solstice, happy crafting. Bye-bye.